Oh, bother.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Rome to Power and Politics. In our last episode, we started our march north towards Ubertis, I believe is how you say that. I apologize for slaughtering that, you guys. Well, you know how I am. Moving back south, we had also taken Delminium from the Illyrians and had begun our march towards Yater. Of course, the defenders of Yater are busy dealing with the first Auxilia up in the northern region of Syria. Hopefully, they don't choose to attack the first Auxilia because that would be spelling doom for themselves. Although at this point, it's really hard to say that they can be saved in the first place.
Yes.
All right. And with all of that said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to, instead of, well, no, it'd probably be best if we just went ahead and got on
Disembarking now.
safe shores in Apollonia with the third Auxilia and started north. Kind of the unfortunate part of the third Auxilia getting here is they're a little late, and in doing so, they're probably going to miss out on all of the action. The first is up in the far north, and there are two legions who are basically ready to go ahead and march on the Yater as well. In fact, the third legion could go ahead and make its way there in a matter of a season or two. So, all of that being said, we have set ourselves up for a pretty excellent next turn, so let's go ahead and get into that one. And of course, as always, I have failed to check who needs a promotion, and it is our fleet who has done nothing. Of course he needs a promotion, why wouldn't he? We're going to go ahead and make him an admiral and a naval assault leader. And I would love to recruit for him, but for what? We don't have any threats out here. So he will just stay in port. Unless I can have him reducing piracy. I guess we could put him out there. Patrol. There we go. We'll reduce piracy in this region, and we might as well do the same in this region. There's no reason for navies just to sit in port. Let's get them working, right? And now that's going to be an intern for us. We did lose a little bit of income, but we will take that hit if it means that future income is assured. And fortunately, unlike the Warhammer campaigns, these... Wow. They're attacking Italia itself. What a fantastic start to this episode. We haven't had a naval battle in quite a while, although this will surely turn into a fight on the sword. Let's get into it. And here we are as our forces get into place. Looking out at our enemy forces, you can see why the Roman force would have abandoned the sea pretty quickly. It is just not tenable when you have this many ships coming at you, right? It does appear that their forces are starting to make their approach, and they're going to meet a wall when they get here.
Eyes front, no flinching. Show. this front! Warrior! Seniors, lead your sections!
The unwashed bastards! They're fighting back!
Aye! Enemies sent...
And so the pelting has begun. Not something we're really going to put too much stock in, right? And here they come, trying to give us a flanking maneuver. Of course, these Romans have heard of the exploits of the army of Genoa. They know exactly how they want to hold this city, right? Oh, I apologize about that, guys.
That's the command! Double time! Advance at speed!
And now the missile exchange has really gotten underway. As their forces press into our Rurari, you might be wondering why we are not wrapping around them. Well, that is because they have not committed the rest of their army, and speaking of, here they come. Once their army is committed, we will have a plan in place to deal with them, but we don't want to move too quickly and show our hand. After all, these Illyrian fools are used to fighting the inflexible Greek army, and their hoplites, they are not used to good Roman tactics. But speaking of, here comes the Hastadii. And of course, the enemy would think that we were playing right into their playbook, just trying to have a wall of mass against a wall of mass, right? And of course, pretty standard, they're just going to try to push past our Triarii. Axes versus spears should do well for them. Although it does look more like spears versus spears over here. Now, as you can see, our Rurari who are defending this side right here have switched up. They're coming over here to defend this area. Once that happens, we will have a change in formation. And there it goes. And I apologize, I can't zoom in very far. For some reason, the battle does not want me to do so. So here we are, right? And here they go. Oh, and devastating on those volleys. Speaking of volleys, our Velites are doing some devastation of their own.
Fire on the enemy!
These guys might have expected to get flanked by cavalry, but definitely not by other missile units, that's for sure. You can see things are already not going well for our enemies any longer. And I will say that these guys have some pretty strong morale for pirates. That said, I guess they are trying to fight in a distraction for their homeland, but they have to know that it's not going to work out for them. They saw the odds of this battle same as you and I when they arrived here, and there's just no chance for them. Here we go, collapsing more of their skirmishing forces. What did that tree do to anybody? Time for another push.
At speed! Fire! Double time! Advance at speed!
As our Velites prepare to surround the enemy, you can tell they are ready to break any second. And there they go.
At the double! Advance at speed!
Oh, not a good day getting chased down by the hounds. And you have to wonder if these guys were even aware of what was going down on the other side of this wall. But you gotta imagine, on some level they were, right? And it does appear that they are starting to collapse, so I'll let it play out, but I will see you back on the campaign map. And a decisive victory, of course. They were never going to hold up against the Romans, right? And a Helvetii attack. Man, we are getting hit on all sides today. You know, sometimes I loathe Radius. Today, I love it. Let's get into this next battle.
The eyes of the Senate and all Rome are upon us today. We must make them proud that we are their defenders. More than that, our Roman gods are watching. Make sure they are not ashamed.
And there he is, our noble commander from the house of Junia. He will not allow this city to fall. It has been through enough already. As you can clearly see, the city is destroyed almost all the way through. And these barbarians have still not let up. But just as his forebears of the city defense have stood their ground, so too will our general. So, as you can see here, the enemy are coming with a pretty strong force. Not a whole lot of cavalry. It's going to be mostly an infantry engagement. The plan right now is to hold them on the walls while we have a sallying engagement with their forces as they are mounting the walls themselves. On the other side of the city, we have the Vilitae. I'm going to call them the Vilitae Spec Ops force because they are coming. They're moving through the shadows, so to speak, and they are going to get a massive flanking maneuver in on our enemies here, just to try to soften them up as they mount the ramparts.
Slice through them.
All right, and shots have been fired. This isn't going to be an easy battle for sure, but it is one that we will win.
When we get in there, I want them to beg for death.
And here come our enemies up that ladder. And someone in the comment section, let me know, are these ladders realistic, like more realistic? Obviously they're more realistic than the ass ladders of Warhammer, but are they realistic versus this kind of city? Like, I would think it would be more like the kinds of, if you were gonna have giant siege ladders like this, I would think they would be more in the style of like the Siege of Minas Tirith, not whatever this is. But I've been wrong before. Just let me know. And at least it's letting us zoom in on this battle. Can't lie, it's a lot of fun to watch these guys really go at it. And here come our spec ops. Not quite as many targets as I would have liked. Most of them have already begun to mount the walls, but that's okay. We've also got our forward operating force as well. They've come out, and it looks like some of the barbarians are coming back down the ladders to help their friends engage out here, the sallying movement. And this would have been a great opportunity for their cavalry to engage us before we could really get moving, but they have declined and chosen to attack the infantry. Now, looking inside the city, it does appear that some of them have already come down the ladder and are standing still for some reason. We're not attacking them either, but I'm a little concerned about why they're just hanging out right here. All right, we'll ignore that for now and get back to the actual battle itself. Oh, very nice. And their cavalry are putting in some work on our sallying force. But it's not enough to stop our Velites from doing work out here. Oh. And there go our dogs as well. Hopefully we're not hitting the poor boys and girls. And so it begins the collapse of their missile forces, and their cavalry are choosing to engage us now. Bad timing for us. And not a great charge for them, honestly. We're going to take the loss of this Velites. Unfortunately, there are going to be sacrificed so that we can destroy their cavalry. Good Lord. And there go the hounds again.
By your command, yes, Commander! On me! Quick march!
And now it's time to push these guys out of our city, right? And even if we failed, we still have the Rurari to back us up in the, you know, event that a few of them poured through. We don't want any technical losses because somebody stole our capital. This here is going to be the most difficult part of the battle. There's just no breaking this block. They're up here, they're cornered, there's nowhere for them to really go. And it looks like they have defeated our sallying force, unfortunately. We did the best that we could with that, but they are engaging with our velites, only to really get hit in the rear by the rest of our velite force, right? And these guys are tough, you gotta give that to them, but it's not going to save them from getting a javelin up the ass, right? Ooh, that one's in his arm. Oh, and right up his ass. And the collapse has started. The entirety of their outside forces have been routed. Well, except for these guys, it appears. Ooh. And it does look like whoever their leader was has died because these guys are directionless. They don't know where to run. They're just busy getting pelted all the while. It is looking a little bit rough for us in the city just because more of them keep pouring off the wall. And it looks like we shot our own guy and burned him to death. That's not good. But the forces on the outer wall have been defeated. So it's only a matter of time before these guys also lose. Through the shield. And you know, I guess that's a good topic for this video's conversation. What is your favorite siege from any movie whatsoever? I mean, I guess you could say the Battle of Helm's Deep. Seems kind of like an easy one. I'm sure most people would vote for that one, but what is your favorite siege? There are so many cool sieges all across cinema, and I'm curious what yours is. So drop it down in the comment section. I'd have to say mine. Oh, and that's a tough question. I probably should have had an answer ready for you guys before I asked that question. But mine would probably have to be the siege in. And don't let me mistitle the movie. Hold on. Oh, that's gonna kill me. It was a movie about time travel, but I can't remember the name of it now. But it felt like the most realistic. And I can't find it, so I'm gonna have to fall back to my second favorite siege, which is gonna be the siege in Kingdom of Heaven. What a siege! That was an awesome battle. I loved every second of it. From the moment that Orlando Bloom made every man-at-arms a knight to the final moments of the battle, it was just epic through and through. Every time it looks like we're getting ready to have a big push, they still hold. It is a tough battle up here. And while these guys aren't tough, the Velites, I have to say that this is probably the moment that really seals the fate for the Helvetii, because coming in from behind them really pushes that extra flank that they just didn't have the capacity for. They could have held us all day on this wall. The Hastati just were not up to par with their best troops up here, but I believe we've got them now. Speaking of Hastati, it looks like some of them have come back. No, don't go down, Bannerman! Looks like his friends have stepped up. Does the banner carrier actually fight? I don't think I've ever seen them swing a weapon.
And I know that I just said that I love that Radius gives us so many battles, but this is kind of the detriment of Radius is when we spend 20 minutes watching these guys never give up like they're defending their home. That's kind of rough. So many dead. For a battle that they knew they were going to lose is the crazy part. Oh, he's isolated himself. Where is he at? There he is. Oh, it's not going to tell me his name here. That sucks. Even after all this, these guys are still holding on. I'm sure that their general has to be dead by now, but they won't quit. They're gonna take as many Romans as they can to the grave with them. I guess because they know that this is the last stand of their people. After this, we will march on them. And this will not buy them time. We have too many forces up in the north. There they go. The collapse has begun, and I'm gonna let this battle play out, but I'm gonna see you guys back on the campaign map. And Avitus has done it. The House Julia stands tall today
as their general has held Bibrock Day. All right, let's go ahead and enslave these captives, of course. Ludi Romani, right? And looking at our time, it does appear that these battles have sucked most of the episode out. But let's go ahead
Ready
and
for
get a couple
orders.
things done before we depart. We're going to give him warrior for sure, and we're going to give him tactician after that impressive feat. Loaded dice. Let's go with Galloper. Give him some extra authority, and then we'll also give him a heroic divinate because they were pretty heroic. And finally, let's give him a barbarian turncoat. That ought to help our forces out north quite a bit. Now, knowing that they were bold enough to attack us, we've really got to reprioritize how we're going to handle the threats up in the north. Instead of and look at that, Syracuse has moved up into quarters for us. So we're going to go ahead and re-engage and take down the Helvetii instead. So let's get that done.
Once.
Or at least let's move towards that goal.
Advance. Ready for orders. Ready for battle.
And while the 6th is
Commander.
still recovering just a little bit, we're going to go ahead and send the 4th
At once.
up.
The way is blocked.
And as much as I would like
At
to
your command.
hit the forces of the 5th, we're going to allow them to rest and recover after a pretty horrific battle, but you know, one that we were able to pull off. So definitely great.
Come,
Get you some
fight
more
for
troops.
Rome.
More dogs for you as well. And finally, let's issue these forces monitors. That ought to really be that should really be useful in the upcoming battles, because you got to remember we're still at war with the Comanches as well. Even though they have not chosen to attack us, they have declared their intention. So that looks like it's about to be it. Let's get our forces set up for their next engagement before I take off. Not put ourselves in
Make haste, men.
danger. I can't read that. So let's turn. We don't want to
Advance.
turn around.
At your command.
Speaking of turning around, maybe we should actually not have our back to our enemies.
March. At once. Make haste, men.
Wow, really gonna do
Advance.
this? There we go.
Your next command. You may as well get comfy, men. Ready for battle.
And I will post
Commander,
second lieutenant, right?
waiting for more orders. Look to the defenses.
And in the next episode, we will take down Eotter as well as striking out against Montreal. That ought to be a hell of a battle. So I'll leave us at that. And to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I'll catch you in the next episode.
If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thanks for watching, especially to those of you who have been with me since the beginning. I am still having a blast and very much enjoying the formation of this community with all of you. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please let me know, because I want to make even better content as we continue down this journey together. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing here and want to support me, then you know what to do.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next one.